Hey everybody, it's LaRonda and I'm back with another video. Finally, it is a rainy Friday night, and as you can see, I'm coming to you tonight from this afternoon, evening, whatever, from my car, because it has been so crazy this week that I have not had time to go home and record a video, but I still want to do one this week, so I'm going to have to do it from my car. So hopefully you guys don't mind, and hopefully you'll still watch the video, even though, it's crazy. I'm going to be looking at the road. I'm going to be looking here, looking there. But anyway, tonight I want to talk about how every relationship, every person that you date is like a mirror. For me, it has been a mirror for myself. Every time I start to date someone, and all of my dating things have ended, and every time they end, I always try to reflect on what that person was in my life to teach me, because I do believe that everybody comes along to teach you something. I mean, some people, they'll stay a little bit longer than others, but no matter how long they stay, if you look hard enough, you can find something, some lesson, some thing that you can take away from that situation that will make you a better person, maybe a better dater, maybe, stronger, smarter, wiser, healthier, whatever the case is. If you look hard enough, you can find something. Now, I know somebody might be like, well, I ain't learned nothing from my ex. That scallywag, that piece of shit, no. But if you really, really think about it, if you really, really think back, he or she probably taught you something. So, for example, even if it was just a matter of them teaching you something that you didn't want, or something that you should look for next time when you start dating someone else, that you can look for a little bit sooner than you did the last time. So, I mean, for me, the last couple of things that I've been in have reminded me that, there's certain things about myself that I still want to work on. I want to work on setting boundaries. I want to work on not being so open to dating people that I know maybe are not as compatible with me as I would like, be it on whatever level. Maybe our lifestyles are different, or our, certain things about us are different, sexual differences, because that's important. Sex is an important part of a relationship. Let's not kid ourselves. Sometimes I'm trying to kid myself, but it's important. It's important to me, and it's important that the person that I'm with have a similar sex drive to me, that they are, sexually compatible. And I've been one of those people that sometimes, everything else about a person can be right. They can be right on paper. They can seem perfect for me in a lot of other ways, but then there may be other smaller issues that I'm willing to overlook because everything else was right. And sometimes that's okay, but if it's a really important thing, it may not be worth overlooking. But that's something that you learn from being in a relationship and having things come up in the relationship, and those things are little teachers or little lessons for you to learn from. It's like, okay, this is really important for me, and I'm not going to be able to live without it. But you may not have known that if you had not gone through that dating situation. And so now, the next time someone else comes along, if I find that they're not as compatible with me in certain ways, then I know this is not something that I can easily overlook, or that I shouldn't overlook it, because it ends up being something really important to me. And I know that from when I dated so-and-so. I used to think that I could date any person with any political views. I dated a guy that had completely opposite political views from me once, and that was the hardest relationship that I ever had, because it was always like, everything he would say, it would almost cause me to sort of lose respect for him. And there's two things that I know now is, one, I need to respect the person that I'm dating. And I don't mean just on some superficial, like, oh, he's cool type level. Like, I need to really have a deep respect for the person that I'm dating. And I need them to have that deep respect for me. And I sort of feel like, depending on how well the person argues their political point, I need them to have... I need someone who can either you're going to really be able to put together some really cohesive arguments for whatever political point of view you have, or I'm going to have someone that has very similar political views to what I have, because otherwise it's just not going to work. And the other thing is, I don't want to be always debating. Like, every time something comes on the news, I don't want to always have to debate or have someone making snide comments or whatever about it, because it's just going to be too much. And I found that out through one of my previous relationships. So now I know I don't have to try that again with somebody else. So, it's just these little things that you think about. Like, it's so easy to get out of a relationship or get out of a dating, when some dating thing ends, it's so easy to then go ahead and start being negative about it and start thinking about all the things that you think the other person did wrong, and, calling them names or saying things about them or whatever, to make yourself feel better. But that's kind of something that I don't really do, because number one, it's pointless, and number two, if I'm taking it as a lesson, if I try to pick and go through the relationship, go through the whole thing in my mind and look at all of the things that happened, I can usually find something that will work for me, as something that I can think about. Okay, that's something I can work on for myself. That person showed me a way that I can be better. He showed me that maybe I was a little bit needy, and maybe I can work on getting more stuff to do, or maybe I can, just set up more boundaries and keep them. When I see something wrong, or when I feel, or he showed me, this person, he showed me that I need to follow more my intuition. Because a lot of times I feel things in relationships. Like, I have a feeling that, maybe the person doesn't feel about me the way I want them to feel, or the way I would like to have someone feel about me that I'm considering spending time with. And if I don't get that feeling, sometimes I know in the past I have tried to push through that feeling, hoping that it would change, or, that as time went on, or as we got to know each other better, that, we would build up that chemistry, or things would change, and we would have the kind of chemistry that I felt like I want or need to have if I'm going to be in a relationship with someone. But I think I learned that when I don't feel it, when my instinct tells me that something is missing, I need to follow that. And I learned that from a previous dating situation. All of these things you will learn if you really open yourself up to the lessons that these people have come into your life to teach you. And that's what I'm trying to do, trying to keep everything a positive thing. And as much as sometimes it hurts when people decide to walk away, or when you decide that you have to walk away from a person, there's always a lesson, and there's always going to be someone else, and there's always going to be an opportunity for you to learn and be better for the next person that comes along. And hopefully the next person will be your one. So that's what hopefully the next person that comes along, the lessons that I learned in all of the previous relationships will come into great, will be like ingrained in me now, and that when the next great thing comes along, when the next great guy comes along, things will work out because I have learned so much from the men that have come along before him. So if I could say anything to the guys that I've dated before, I would say thank you for the time that you did spend with me. Thank you for the lessons that you taught me. Thank you for allowing me to spend the time with you, because a lot of them, I had fun with. Things maybe didn't work out, but, I had fun. I had experiences. I did things that I never got to do. I've been places that I haven't never gone before because of these men. So, thank you for those lessons. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for all the conversations. Thank you for the late night chats. Thank you for everything. And now I release you into the world. So thank you guys for watching. I'm kind of going on for a while here, but that's because I'm in traffic and it's traffic. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you in the next video. I hope you're going to have a great weekend, do some fun things, and don't forget to look at the positives, look at the lessons that these men and women have come into your life to teach you. You can always learn something, and you can always improve yourself because of them. Thanks, everybody. See you in the next video. Mwah. Happy dating. Bye-bye.